we're in Cancun at the climate conference, and we're here with Casey from the Ponca Nation. Casey, I wanted to, there's a lot of talk about adaptation at this conference, and I just wanted to see actually your thoughts on, just to get a sense of whether the indigenous approach to adaptation is different at all from...
Define adaptation for me. What do you mean by that?
Well, adaptation, I guess, in terms of adapting to the changes in climate and then changes in terms of agriculture and the natural cycles that...
All of the natural laws are out of balance, if that's what you're talking about. Those of us who have attempted over the generations to live within the natural laws of the moon and the sun and the pulls, the tugs, the blessings, the trials, the tribulations, are now in a much different situation. We have, if we're going to this direction, maybe that's a good example. The direction has changed. The way that we respond has changed, and there are so many layers to that. The fossil fuel regime has created a false sense of how we are supposed to live in harmony with Mother Earth, and virtually destroyed the manner of life that we've had. And I'm talking specifically of the Ponca Nation of Oklahoma, but generally about the indigenous people globally and the impact of the way that we have had to change our lives. Within our nation, there in the Ponca Nation, we have the ConocoPhillips. We have a refinery that is totally defiling the air and the water and the earth. We have continental carbon black that is polluting us, and in response we no longer can live the way that we lived in the past. We can't grow our own food because there's poisons in it. We can't hunt, we can't fish. One of the newer things that's going on is the effect of the pipelines that are coming through that already spiderweb underneath our territory, but the tar sands is pushing down more sludge from an unsustainable energy that is the dregs of what our Mother Earth has left to give us in terms of petroleum. So adaptation is something we're used to. Defilement, death, and destruction. You can't adapt to those things, nor should you be expected to.
There's been some interesting talk at these, some of the RED discussions that I've been to about the need for a change in values.
RED is not ready. We'll put it that simply. RED is not ready. If we in the Northern Hemisphere can show an example of how these things will cause forced removals, you'll be removed from your natural lifestyle, much as the petroleum industry has removed us from our natural lifestyle. And then those of us that are living under places like ConocoPhillips, we're going to suffer because of the carbon credits that are being traded for those. So let's say someone says, okay, let us use a little bit of your forest. Well, we Poncas know what that means. That means we're going to kill you and we're going to take what you have by hook, crook, death, destruction, ecological genocide, whatever it is. And so REDS is simply another mechanism, in my mind, that is going to remove the indigenous people from their natural way of life, and it's a false solution. We need a reality check. It's not that difficult. If one looks at the tar sands in Canada and one realizes the amount of energy that it takes to extract that and to move it and to refine it and redistribute it, and it's a finite resource that's going to run out. Why aren't we putting our money into renewable energies? And I'm not saying we as indigenous people, we're already, have gotten used to living within the natural boundaries, going to sleep when it gets dark, building an earth lodge if it's hot. And, you know, we do understand that word that you used earlier, adaptation, in a much simpler fashion. But we're talking about these states, the United States and Canada and Africa and Asia and all of these major corporations that are pouring their money into the petroleum business that has sustained them for so long. Think about your generations to come. Do you have children and grandchildren, those of you who are trying to push reds? Do you have children and grandchildren, those of you who are trying to fuel the petroleum business even further than you already have? Because if you do, you're killing them. You're killing the egg before it even hatches, and you're dirtying the nest that you live in. A long time ago, you know, we were told that this time was going to come and that the people of the red nations, the indigenous peoples, would rise up and teach folks how to live in harmony again. We're attempting that.
That's an honor cry, a war cry in the name of my people, the Ponca people of Oklahoma. We're asking you to listen to this war cry because we're calling war on the petroleum industry. We're calling war on the defilers of our Mother Earth. We're calling war on those who trample on the rights of the indigenous peoples of the earth. The Creator put us here. The Earth Mother nurtures us. We are her defenders. We are the ones who are designated by our elders, by our grandchildren, by the generations to come, to do what is necessary to care for the future generations, to care for our Mother the Earth and all that she cares for, yourselves, your generations, the four lakes, the fins, the waters, the air, the lands. We need to help her heal at this point. We need your help to help her heal. We're looking at all of you as the defenders of your generations, of your bloodlines, the same as we are. For all of our relations in all directions, our prayer into the west, the north, the east, the south, above and below, is that of healing, is that of health and help for each and every one of us. Shank.